It's Christmas Eve. The whole town is tucked in, and the moon watches like a friendly nightlight. This is a story about a very small elf with a very big wish. Pip was the tiniest elf in Santa's workshop. He had bright button eyes, a scarf with a missing tassel, and the kindest heart you could find. Every year, the elves packed toys and checked the lists, but Pip felt a little left out. He wanted more than anything to help Santa on his sleigh. When the sleigh was polished and the reindeer rehearsed their jingle step, Pip would imagine himself high above the clouds. But every time Pip asked, the other elves smiled and said, "You're too small for sleigh work, Pip." That made Pip's cheeks prickle like snowflake kisses. On Christmas Eve, when bells were nearly ready, Santa came by to check on everyone. He noticed Pip sweeping tiny wood shavings into a neat pile. Santa knelt down and whispered, "Pip, do you have a wish for tonight?" Pip nodded. He whispered back, "I want to help. I want to ride with you." Santa's eyes crinkled. "I have a very special job for you," he said. He handed Pip a tiny pouch that shimmered like frost. "Tonight," Santa said, "the North Star is hiding behind a cloud. I need someone who can carry a little light to help guide my sleigh. It's a job for a small, careful friend." Pip gasped softly. His heart lifted like a kite. He felt just the right size for this task. Pip put on a tiny harness and held the pouch close. The reindeer bowed as if to say, "We'll watch your step." Rudolph nudged Pip's shoulder with his warm nose. Pip climbed onto the sleigh. The world outside was a hush of peppermint air and drifting snow. As they rose, a sudden gust shook the sleigh. Pip worried the pouch might slip. His hands felt small, but he remembered Santa's trusting smile. He held the pouch close and hummed a tiny song he'd learned from the workshop mice. Lights below glowed like scattered cookie crumbs. Pip steadied his breath and felt the pouch warm against his palm. Above one town, the North Star hid behind a sleepy cloud. Santa's path glimmered faintly. Pip opened the pouch just a little. Out popped a tiny gentle light, the kind that doesn't blind but softly guides. Pip held it high. The light bobbed and shivered like a firefly, bright enough for Santa to see the rooflines below. With that little glow, Santa landed snugly on tiny snowy roofs. Each house received its gift, one careful step at a time. Back on the sleigh, Santa patted Pip's head and said, "Thank you. You made tonight safe for all of us." Pip felt warm and wide as the moon. When the dawn slipped pink across the snow, the sleigh returned. The elves cheered, and Santa gave Pip a tiny bell from his own coat. Pip learned that night what the bigger elves already knew. Being small doesn't mean you can't do something big. So if you ever feel small, remember Pip, whose gentle light guided a whole sleigh on Christmas Eve. Good night. Sleep tight. Merry Christmas. For more cozy tales, press the little star and drift away.